Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. Prime Minister Omar al-Razzaz referred the illegal tobacco production and smuggling case to the State Security Court as an economic crime case that harms the national economy. Earlier, he told a ministerial committee formed to follow up on the case that no one is above the law in Jordan and there will be no impunity for the corrupt. Razzaz said his government will fight all forms of financial and administrative corruption and protect public money, and is continuing to carry out its pledge to address all graft cases and files, vowing that anyone found guilty of corruption will receive a fair trial. The government issued an order to arrest 30 suspects in the illegal tobacco production and smuggling case. Minister of State for Media Affairs, Juman Ghnimat, said the government instructed the Customs Department and relevant security authorities to take the necessary legal measures to arrest those suspected of involvement in the case and to coordinate issuing a travel ban order with the concerned authorities. Ghnimat also denied some social media reports that the son of one of the suspects in the case had left the kingdom. Yesterday, she also said that Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates Ayman al-Safadi briefed the cabinet on issues his ministry is following up on, top of which are the Jewish nation state law and Israeli violations in Jerusalem. Safadi reiterated that Jordan would not give up the quest for a final solution to a Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital. Ghnimat also pointed out that the foreign minister briefed the government on the Syrian citizens who entered the kingdom during the past 48 hours and the agreement reached with Britain, Canada and Germany that would allow them entry to the kingdom for only a short stay. She said a total of 422 Syrians had crossed into the kingdom yesterday for a period not exceeding 3 months until their relocation abroad. In the West Bank, a 15-year-old Palestinian boy was killed and 2 others were injured in clashes with Israeli forces in Dheisheh refugee camp south of Bethlehem city. Palestinian Red Crescent Society said an Israeli force stormed the camp and raided a number of homes before they used live bullets, sonic and gas bombs against camp residents. It added that a number of Palestinians in the West Bank city of Tulkarem suffered suffocation after Israeli occupation forces fired tear gas as they were storming the city. Kurdish security forces killed 3 gunmen who had stormed a government building and took hostages in the Kurdish city of Erbil. Armed with pistols, AK-47 rifles and hand grenades, the assailants shot their way into the building housing the governorate from the main gate and a side entrance. 1 government employee was killed and 2 policemen were wounded. Security officials said the attack is suspected of being carried out by Daesh terrorists. U.S. President Donald Trump warned Iranian President Hassan Rouhani not to threaten the United States again after Rouhani cautioned Trump about pursuing hostile policies against Tehran. Trump told Iran to never, ever threaten the U.S. or else it will suffer dire consequences. His words, spelled out in capital letters in a late-night Twitter message, came hours after Rouhani told Trump that war with Iran could lead to the mother of all wars. From Dumbo the Flying Elephant to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride car, Disneyland collection goes up for auction. Now collector Richard Kraft is setting off his 750-item collection of theme park vehicles, props and artifacts spanning 6 decades of Disneyland history. Hundreds of the items are being displayed for a month at a free public exhibition called That's from Disneyland at an abandoned store in suburban LA ahead of the auction on August 25th and 26th. Kraft intends to donate a portion of the proceeds to 2 organizations benefiting children who, like his 4-year-old daughter Daisy, suffer from the rare genetic disorder Coffin-Sayers syndrome and other special needs. In sports, second seed Diego Schwartzman made a winning start to the German Open, but needed 3 sets to get past Norwegian teenager Casper Ruud. The Argentine won 6-4, 2-6, 6-4 in Hamburg and claimed his 18th clay court match win of the season. He will next face German qualifier Daniel Mazur, who recorded his first tour-level victory of the season by defeating Maximilian Marterer 6-3, 6-4. Men and women, or lumberjacks and lumberjills, gathered in Wisconsin for 3 days of timber sports competition at the Lumberjack World Championships. The 59th edition of the event attracted more than 200 professionals and amateurs from around the world that competed in 21 events related to the logging industry. Events included various takes on log rolling, chopping, sawing, axe throwing, pole climbing, and boom running, a timed race across links of floating logs. And finally, the weather outlook. It will be fair tonight and relatively hot tomorrow across the kingdom as temperatures rise above their seasonal average, while it will be hot in the Jordan Valley and the Dead Sea. Temperatures are expected to reach a high of 34 degrees in Amman, dropping down to 24 at night. And in the Gulf of Aqaba, hot weather is expected as daytime highs go over 40 degrees but drop down to 29 at night. With this, we come to the end of tonight's news. I'm Dana Absham. Thanks for watching and have a good night.